the Fleet Admiral Akainu or the Emperor of the Sea, who will win in a 1v1 duel? Hey guys, it's me Ryuma, and today I will be giving my opinion on this topic. If you disagree with me or have any debunks, you can join my Discord, and we can discuss or debate it there. Now let's jump straight into the scaling. Now first let's start with Marineford Akainu versus Shanks. So this is arguably closer than current Akainu versus Shanks, but we'll get to that later. Now Marineford Akainu has a really interesting scaling. Either people scale him really high or really low. Now first I will just do a short analysis of the fight between Akainu and Marineford Whitebeard. Now before the fight I will just scale how weak Marineford Whitebeard became when compared to the Whitebeard who fought Shanks. We know that Whitebeard, when fighting Shanks, was capable of matching his speed and even being able to use Advanced Conqueror's haki. Now the argument really depends upon whether this Whitebeard can be considered the strongest pirate or not. We know that Whitebeard has lost strength after his prime according to Oda in the SBS, but he still didn't lose his title. I personally believe that this Whitebeard can't be considered as the strongest pirate since after this death, he was rather regarded as the mightiest pirate and not the strongest pirate. Coming to the fight analysis, Akainu was performing significantly well despite holding back. Now, many people argue that Akainu was only holding back in his destructive capabilities, but it doesn't really matter since Akainu's destructive capabilities are equal to his attacking power just like all the Logia users. This would also debunk the Admiral's relative to Marco argument since they were holding back in AP. Some people also create arguments that Akainu follows absolute justice, so he doesn't hold back on pirates, but it's directly contradicted in Marineford since he spared Whitebeard's life, so the scale would go like full power. Marineford Akainu is stronger than holding back Akainu is relative or stronger than Whitebeard. Many people will also try to make an argument that Whitebeard knocked Akainu out in 2 hits, but that's also false, since after tanking an island-busting attack, he was ready to fight the 16 commanders and Crocodile. This really proves how good of a durability and endurance Akainu has. Also, just for the sake of mentioning, Akainu also has 2 forms of advanced haki. Now let's scale Shanks. So Shanks at the time of Marineford was relative to the strongest pirate Whitebeard. This Whitebeard had superior stats to the Whitebeard who fought Akainu. Now there isn't a direct relation between Shanks and Marineford Akainu, so it's pretty hard to say who would win. Akainu technically has every advantage on Shanks except he has terrible speed and lacks Conquers, which also amps speed. So I think between Marineford Akainu and Shanks, Shanks would take victory by extreme difficulty. But this vastly changes once we get Fleet Admiral Akainu into the equation. Now, after fighting another admiral for 10 days straight, he is now stronger than ever with the haki blooms. And to be honest, this Akainu should be able to high diff Shanks if not mid-high diff him, but I'll be safe for now since he hasn't shown any feats, but let's scale this Akainu first. Now this Akainu reigns supreme over the Marines since he's the Fleet Admiral. This means he's stronger than old Sengoku, who possess high-end relativity to old Garp. This old Garp was stronger than the old Whitebeard whom Shanks fought according to Usopp Gallery, and we don't have any info whether Shanks got stronger during the time skip or not, so by this scale old Garp should be able to beat Shanks without much trouble. Now, since old Garp can beat Shanks, this means even Fleet Admiral Akainu can also beat Shanks since he's superior to old Garp. So the scale would go like Fleet Admiral Akainu is stronger than old Garp, who's stronger than old Whitebeard on meds, who's stronger or relative to Shanks. Now if Akainu is beating him, then Aokiji is also putting that rat-haired snitch 6 feet underground. So yes, this was the video. Let me know in the comments how this video turned out, and if I should do more of these in the future. I will see you guys in the next video.
What does the agenda say? I need you guys to understand. It's not about what you think is logical. It's about what the agenda says. Put the agenda hat on. Get rid of your brain. We don't need brains here. We need agenda. That's it. All right? Stop thinking. Stop using logic. We don't do that here. It's not about reading comprehension anymore. I've said this more than enough.